Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses for the continuation of our Thrawn's Revenge 3.2 post-view preview playthrough as the Hapes Consortium. In the last episode, we forced the integration of the Greater Maldrude into the Empire. So we are going to try to take the planets that the Empire just gained from that, which will mean that we can free up another fleet to really go to the north and take the CSA planets. So let's just get started right on that before they have a chance to build anything else up. This is a big enough fleet, but it's Hapens versus Maldrude, so it's the little guys fighting. Like, not really Maldrude anymore, because they're under the Imperial flag, but technically Maldrude. Maldrude fleet comp. And I'm going to try to make sure they can't retreat, because I'd rather fight them here than somewhere else later. This fleet does have a fair number of Trubas and Alangis, which is nice. And they do actually have a lot of fighters for Maldrude. I'm just going to haphazardly throw my units in. Okay, Operation No Strike Cruisers is underway. You are best off hitting that. You can also hit that. The broadsides. Those are just Bidums. As in, not patron units. I saw a lowered health bar and I was like, oh no, is that a battle dragon or something? It's not a battle dragon. Will faction icons for Maldrude or Ariati be made eventually? Is that a bit too out there? We don't plan to make up unique faction icons for them. Like, it makes sense as Imperial factions that they'd use Imperial icons. There's not, like, canon in-game one or in-universe ones. They are staying with the Imperial logo. The PA has one, because the PA made one. Zinj, Maldrude, Ariatu never really did. So they are staying as the Imperial icon. Let's focus down the strike cruisers still. On there. When's the Empire of the Foot coming? We're still inching our way towards it. Alright, now we need to kill some BSDs. I didn't stay grouped enough for our one fleet tender on this. Like, they had a lot of damage. With how much of this fleet is built around, like, hitting larger stuff, not an ideal one. Okay, you should come up there. And we'll get Invictus up here. Hella, you need to hit that intact one. Pick up and Toothless on there. Ray. Dreadnought. Introvert's Hope onto the Tartan. And Pocahontas, can you come over a little bit on that? We also want Egg and Stray to go for the Quasar, or Carracks, not Quasars. That tartan is gone. That Architens is next. And all those fighters should be gone soon. Definitely more losses than I was hoping for, because I was hoping for no losses. But I played it poorly. The pre-pathing fixes for the Hapens didn't help. And our fleet comp was not ideal for what this is supposed to be. If only I had paid attention to my own Hapen guide video that's coming out. Maybe tomorrow? Probably need a render for the thumbnail for that. Alright, we only have 3 battle dragons in this fleet right now. That's embarrassing. Should be like 4 to 5. And then like 10 Nova cruisers instead of, what, 1? 0? Currently? We had 1 or 2.
I've got my approach vector.
Alright, now we can go.
I've got him lined up. They're coming around.
Sure, they have an interdictor still. And okay, you should stay back there. Guys, stop. I don't know why I'm being so cautious with the rest of this. We literally just have to go up and kill and execute. Okay, you actually I should be cautious with, because you're kind of hurting. Well, I guess we had we had 3 or 4 Cherubas, which is, it's nice, but not enough for what we were fighting. Thrawn's Revenge patch 2.4 and Right Place, Wrong Time are still healthy enough to get up there. Keep Introvert's Hope towards the back. Alright, now get those shields down. You can come in and punch it afterwards. Is there a way of having better-ish performance somehow? The game is mostly CPU gated. There are a few ways you can improve your performance. For some people, this option works in video. You just toggle that, and you can get some pretty good gains out of that. But that doesn't work for everyone. Like, there's a lot of per system stuff because it's an old game that doesn't take advantage of new hardware especially well. It's a single core 32-bit game. So the thing that's most important is like per core performance. So you could have like a 92 core 2 gigahertz per core processor, which would run a lot of modern stuff fantastically well, but it'll run Empire at War like shit. No, you generally won't see much of an improvement from playing with like graphics settings. The GPU load for Empire at War is generally quite low, and that's an area that we really do try to optimize. Like, we try to optimize everywhere as much as we can, but GPUs are less of a bottleneck for it. We lost Aurora, Pocket Munificent, or Pocket Munificent, Bidem Corvette, Prince Ali, Mighty is He, Ali Ababa, Beatrice is Cute, I Suppose, Rainbow, Beta Male, It's Fine, and Malice of Forethought. It is actually not fine, because that is a lot more than I wanted to lose. So I think this will just auto-resolve. There's 1 infantry company.
System control achieved. Construction complete.
Adjusting now.
And let's throw... Oh, hello. A lot of fleet tenders are going to be in this battle. We don't have a station there.
They're in this direction.
Whose tenders will out-heal the other? We have a lot of anti-shield damage. We don't have the most anti-hull damage here.
Yes, sir.
So, Nova Cruiser, you are MVP.
Holding for maximum firepower.
Up there.
Let's do some damage. Attack.
I don't know, like, if either side will actually have the DPS to win this.
We're drawing their fire. Ready. Look out! No good. I can't maneuver. Crossfire.
Okay, don't actually go anywhere. Like, we can kill the Muni, sure. I think we need the light turbos from the betas in this as well.
They're coming around.
Like, we can't just rely on the Nova. So we need to be close enough that the beta can hit. Sure, the Ultras are good against shields. They're not going to be good against hull. Let's see how much that heals up. Let's get in really close so we have like as much actually hitting as possible.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Powered weapons. Got 4 overlapping fleet tenders. The Nova powered weapons should be up in a second too. Oh, you guys are... Come on. We're getting screwed by them trying to turn around. There. Now they're actually shooting at it again. Okay, you stop. So once the powered weapons is up on all of them... you know what? I'm just gonna see if that's enough with this. Alright, it'll get easier with each one. We can get rid of the stacking. A fleet tender mash off. Okay. I was worried for nothing. Now we just get this last one. I think is only going to be enough to self-heal. Well, I mean, it is to self-heal. No, you turn it off. Like, you uncheck it. And again, it's going to vary from person to person. Setting the game to high priority on the task manager can also help, but like at the end of the day, if you have a bad processor playing a large map or you're using like a ton of units, then you're gonna have a bad time. Like the way I have it in the way that's less performative, but I don't get like I don't have a problem with my performance generally. Like I'm fine with it running how it does for me, and I like being able to move the window. So I don't play it in the optimized location. There it is. I have to fight an SSD with Maldrude. I just curl over and cry when they nuke my Altor. Bring some smaller fleet tenders. They can hit those worse. Like, the Altor against an SSD gives the SSD something that it can easily hit. Usually SSDs are going to struggle more with smaller stuff. So you don't really want to... Actually, I don't want to defend this planet. I want to defend Slaheyron. But you don't want to give the Altor or the SSD a big target. SSD versus small stuff, very hard for it to hit. SSD versus big stuff, it's very happy.
On my way.
Especially big stuff that is not directly combat focused.
Zebulon B frigate here.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, hi, Akbar. This doesn't seem great for us. We don't have our station here anymore.
Enemy forces ahead.
I probably should have gone for someone else on that. I did what I did. They're heavy weapons on those, so they're going to be worse at hitting us. We have the smaller ships.
I get no reading.
Can I get over here? You know what? This is
Prepare for jump to hyper.
clearly not going to work.
Ion cannon available.
I should just let it go. Save the ships, take them out. I might be able to kill like a Liberty or the MC-80B, but I'm not going to stop the ground invasion if that's going to happen. And I need to beat them with the other fleet anyways. The problem is I sent them the wrong direction. They should have been going through Kuat. But they did not. They did Kunat. I am going to put them together up there.
Tactical battle imminent.
They have... I'm just going to auto-resolve that, because that's just a Star Galleon.
Escort request
Complete.
And we have our money. So this is going to be spies. Totally spies. That's not a reference I ever thought I'd make.
In
But
production.
this is the reality we live in. All right, we're gonna make it.
Tactical battle
We
imminent.
made it. Time for a good old-fashioned fish fry.
We've located the enemy.
We're like home none.
Choose your reinforcements.
Do we count as the invader here? Yes, we do. I need to make sure I'm careful about that. Okay, these fleets are going to be much better for this. We have a lot of ion boats.
Reinforcements en route.
We have Astarta, who I don't think we've actually used that much in battle. We have Space Donut.
Cancelled.
We have Mandator 3 Hay Pipe. Corey Hodge release dates deep in his streams before they're announced. Better Consortium. Shinnon's Pleasure Yacht. Rise of the Planet of the Hapes.
En route.
Andromeda Queen. Cinderella.
Reinforcements.
Space Donut. Sheeted Mod. Taping Hot Stuff. Jean d'Arc. Heap and Cheese. And I bottom you to the
Reinforcements
miss.
cancelled.
And okay, we'll put Redeemer at the back, and we'll put
Ion cannon
Greg Rooksy there.
available.
Okay, they're Black Wolf.
Standing by.
Okay, you need to power to weapons. Or power to shields, not weapons. The other one.
Ready for orders. Attacking the lane.
Bombers in for that.
Reporting in. Over there.
For that.
Ready for
We might lose the Neutron. I think we need to give them the order to go after the Liberties, because I don't think they're going to make it over to...
fire. Calling for me, sir.
Ooh, shit. To the biggest raid fleet on Earth. The Evethans are not messing around. Alright. Stay there.
Try not to let one on your tail. Roger that. Open fire.
Okay, I think it's best that we swap off of that one. Kill the Liberties, and then kill Nance. Like, Akbar has the best command bonus, but if they don't have Akbar to go after, we become targets number 1 and 57, or 1 through 57. So if we can just take out their fighters, their Liberties, and their Nance, then hopefully they'll fight each other a little bit. I'm going to pull these guys over there a bit more.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
And get you out of there. I'd bite him, you to the miss. I'd bite him, you to the back.
Attack that target.
Okay, it's kind of done its job. So I'm going to try to move Shootin's Pleasure Yacht out there as well.
Got one. Enemy unit disabled.
Alright, the MC-80B is going to the Evethans.
That's it. Scratch one.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
And
I'm in range.
let's get all of them over here. Well, not the fighters. The fighters can stay where they are.
Listen up. Hold on.
Ion cannon
Enemy
available.
unit disabled.
Ion cannon.
Increase to full throttle.
Which one are you shooting at more?
In range.
This one.
Hold on. Hold on. That's got him. I'm in range.
Turn that way. Just come up this way.
Disabled. Should we go around for another pass? I've got a fix.
Holding for maximum
I
firepower.
copy.
That is power to shield. I think the bombers...
Rendezvous at Mark
We might want to go and help out against the Evethans.
I'm in range.
I've got my approach vector.
Increase to full throttle. Hold on.
Get fighter bays. No, run. Okay, you don't deserve to have the turbo lasers. I'm sorry, Akbar.
That's got him.
You're using it to shoot my ships, and we can't allow that.
I'm in range. Rendezvous.
Yeah, I guess people we just didn't update the
Fire at will.
campaign descriptions there, Mike.
We need to break off.
Text is boring, so no one wants to do it. Nemesis actually does like a ton of the documentation stuff.
I'm hit.
Campaigns get overlooked a lot.
Reporting. Attacking. Blast. I can stabilize the
We didn't actually lose the Neutron. I'm very happy about that.
An attack formation.
Still going to be a while before we can get another round of power to shields out of it. But that's going to be two of their best heroes
Yes, sir.
blasted into nothingness. We have so much other anti-fight or anti-shield that I don't think bombing the ships that have high shields is worth it for us. That's the entire New Republic fleet, which is probably a good portion of their core fleet too. Because they managed to get pretty far north, obviously, if they're attacking here. But they still have, like, really long supply lines to their other planets, like to their actual territory, their main territory.
Watch your six.
Ion cannon available.
I've got him lined up.
Alright. Ion cannon on that.
No good. I can't maneuver. I've got my approach vector. That's got him.
Mytil fighters.
Ready.
That's a lot of angry, scary bombers coming.
Good as gone.
Keep our bombers closer to us on this side.
He's break off.
Normally I would have wanted them to be closer in the first place, but
I can't shake him.
we didn't need them here, and we wanted to preempt as much of the Yavithan fleet from getting to us as possible. Thanks, Mike.
And attack formation. 3, 2, 4 up. That's it. Scratch one.
Also, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Ek was pronouncing it that way, so I guess I just assumed I was pronouncing it wrong before. But maybe we're both wrong. So, correct me if...
Warning. Fire at will. Rendezvous at heart. 6.1. Attack formation. Standing by.
We didn't even kill all the bombers.
Let's do some damage.
What a bunch of... I'm firing my command staff. This is...
Last switch stabilizer broken. I've got my approach vector. That's got him. Enemy unit disabled. That's
Okay,
it.
that little section of the fleet needs to die. You can come up here.
At heart.
Or you can actually go up there. Power to shields going.
Should we go around?
And I think... Ooh. I want this one to power to weapons. Because that is using power to weapons. It's probably going to break through this battle dragon.
Ion cannon available.
Target coming in fast.
Oh, that... Okay. I think we did lose a battle dragon, but we don't necessarily need to lose another.
Stay in attack formation.
That's good. I like not losing more battle dragons. My favorite pastime is not losing battle dragons.
Should we go around for another pass? Reporting in.
We are victorious.
Hmm.
Ready for command.
Okay, we only lost a soldier's love check. So... That's really, really good.
Enlisting troops.
I was afraid it would go horribly, horribly wrong and that we'd lost at least one battle dragon. But my favorite pastime has stood the test of time, and we don't have to worry about it. It is kind of surprising that the Empire is still the most legitimate faction, even though we've killed a good chunk of heroes for them and taken a good chunk of planets. But I guess we've killed enough PA planets or PA heroes that they haven't passed them, and maybe the New Republic has done that to the Ariado Authority. So once we take the ground on whichever planet we're about to invade for the Greater Maldrude, that will mean we have a lot of this area secured. We could move into Slaheyron down in the south, which would really lock up this area and mean they only have that way to come through. Because I don't think we want to build up Metalorn too much. Oh, this is even worse for you. This was a terrible, terrible idea. Alright, yes, they had Ebac. Camp and Kalist are both capital shipyards. They haven't taken Fondor. The Empire does still have Fondor.
There they are. Blast them.
So that's kind of surprising. I figured they'd go for that a bit earlier. Jesus, what is my raid fleet left today? On punch the invincibility. Philippines asking, what are the chances that legitimacy units appear? I managed to reach 80% legitimacy and only had 2 or 3 low-level heroes appear. So the way the legitimacy unlocks work for like the minor group integration is anytime your legitimacy increases, you have a chance to roll the group. So if your legitimacy increases by 1, that has a 10%, I think it's 10% chance to unlock a group. Then like if you do stuff that increases your legitimacy more, that has a bigger chance to integrate a group. So like Coruscant, I think is a 50% chance, but it's not like you hit 50% legitimacy that unlocks a group, 60% that unlocks a group. It's a chance based on how much it's changing. Yeah. There will probably be some form of like bad luck protection in future versions, but usually it'll be about 1 unlock for 10 planets. Like there's 5 different tiers you work your way up through. So like your first unlock is the lowest tier, second is the second tier, third, fourth, fifth. Then once you have your 5th tier, which is an SSD, after that they all randomize between any of the remaining groups. So you can only get 1 level 5 group.
I can't maneuver. Target's coming in fast. Squadron reporting. Standing by.
The Avitha they're really looking to get back into the game. They were very upset that that we didn't get to include them in point 2.
Ready for orders. Keep your eyes open. Scanner contact behind me.
I don't like how far up this one is, Pulsar, but we've got 2 fleet tenders there, even though they don't necessarily benefit the most from fleet tenders, because they have hard points. They don't have a lot of hard points, so they have more chonk per hard point.
Look out! They're coming around. That's a hit. Scratch one. They're coming around. Watch your 6. I'm in bad shape. Too close. Too close. I'm in bad shape.
Alright,
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
oh, there was still a Gallifrey
I'm
left.
in range. Crossfire.
The New Republic was still spying on the battle.
Bad shape. Attack formation. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. Enemy unit disabled.
Power to weapons. Bombers are still on the ISD.
That's got him. I've got a problem. Ah!
That medium.
Hold on.
Just gotta make sure we kill anything that's doing damage. Full damage. Well, shields are coming back on the pulsar.
Try not to let one on your tail. That's it. Scratch one.
Damn it. That sucks.
Swinging around. Stay in attack formation.
I think that's our first pulsar loss. Okay.
Ready for command.
We need to go kill some
Attacking.
Gallifreys. I knew I should have moved it, then I just didn't. I thought we'd be okay.
Calling for me, sir. Right away. Should we go around for another pass?
I've got my approach vector.
I've got a fix.
All right. Well, it's fine. We'll have a state funeral. Serve like hot dogs at it or something. I think that's how state funerals work.
In attack formation.
That wasn't part of my
Moving
my
out.
degree.
Swinging around.
I've got him lined up.
Stay in attack formation.
Those are happy little Yavithan thrust ships,
I'll try and draw their fire.
legally distinct from Borg spheres.
Target.
Much like the Hape Nova cruiser is legally distinct from Birds of Prey, we are definitely not playing Star Trek. Please don't sue Star Wars creators. They're working on pennies here. Their 90s source books.
The enemy has been defeated.
Ion cannon available.
I didn't shave today, and I can see like a little hair somewhere there, and it's really bothering me. When was the last save? 41, that was 6 minutes ago. Thought I saved recently, but I wanted to make sure before I just gave in.
Commencing.
Unit destroyed.
System control achieved.
There was no structure or anything there. It's been the infantry with an econ hero who didn't have anywhere to spawn, so it's kind of risky.
Beginning construction.
No, I'm never doing the beard thing again. I hated it. That was awful. I did get more comfortable. Let's get a thing there. But I did get more comfortable. No, I'm actually canceling that.
Vehicle in
So I did get more comfortable leaving. Going without shaving for larger amounts of time than I had been before. I used to, like, if I didn't shave every day, I'd be
Reporting.
just, yeah.
Transport away.
But after doing that, I at least got a little bit better with it.
Construction complete.
I got more used to having some facial hair and not wanting to, like, rip my face off as a result.
Nebulon B frigate.
What is Laheyron?
construction complete.
Reporting.
No, my only hope is never going bald. I'd look too weird bald.
Construction complete.
So I kind of just gotta hope for the best there.
Location confirmed. Reporting.
Hapes is nearly done building what it's building. So we are gonna get Moana.
In production.
We're gonna get Insali,
Constructing unit.
Nebulon
Rainbow.
B frigate
In
here.
production.
Aurora.
Nebulon B frigate here.
Go to invade Generis.
Beginning construction.
We have a ground to space weapon there. We don't.
Recruiting.
Just gonna go with that.
Constructing unit.
And let's actually scout out U-Trick as well.
Reporting.
So at Tangren, we'll get
Constructing
Lon.
unit. Unit
Beatrice
in
is
production.
cute.
Unit in
Jasmine.
production.
So this is the fleet that has a reasonable amount of bitems, but I think we need an even more reasonable amount of bitems. Okay, Mandalorian, what's your base credits? You're getting stuff. We definitely want to hit Slaheron, but I don't know if we can hit Slaheron with what we have right now. That is 134 pop cap. We can actually do that. It's only the two things that we'd actually be pretty good at fighting. They don't have a grounded space weapon.
Construction complete.
It's 172. That is nothing. So if we can get Eddie, we can go straight into that. Oh, resource shortage. I wasn't tracking my food.
Unit cancelled.
Sereno, you can build me food. Gavin, you can build me food in parts.
Building under construction.
Reporting. Nebulon B frigate here. Reporting.
Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, another hero for the New Republic to kill.
The enemy is approaching.
Well, another hero for the New Republic to kill. We're not giving another hero for the New Republic. Kill.
Reinforcements en route.
Shalek, you're in charge of this fleet. 2 Coronals. Imagine Dragon. Hapen Hoedown. This really shows the Hapen spec map. The special rainbow colored spec map. Get your Hapes up. Cormorant. WIP Black Hole. Penelope Von Schwartz. Char the Casbah. Supernova Scotia.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
What's happening here? And Dowager Queen.
Warm up.
The New Republic always ends up with more like battlecruiser tier stuff than I really like. Whether it's these or ending up with like a bunch of mediators or blue divers. Kind of makes me sad.
Copy. Going for the lasers.
Especially because they end up in the AI's hands not having enough support with them.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Because like the AI, they want to build expensive things. Like it's based on how much combat power it says they have, but then also... so like cost per combat power, but also like big individual, big budget things. The AI is like, oh, this must be expensive because it's epic. It's like, yeah, it's kind of epic, but you want more stuff. In the debug logs for the AI, it actually it puts out its thought process and uses the word epic a lot. Like that's not me just saying that. That's how the EAW AI actually works. Okay, let's just get rid of the engines on that before
Target's coming in fast.
they get some shields back.
Reporting. Hold on. Yes, sir. Heading out.
Those bombers all need to die.
Crossfire. Rendezvous and mark. Take point 1. Yes, Commander. It's as good as gone. Decrease to full throttle. I've got it
Okay,
lined
those
up.
bombers are mostly dying. So they've taken what I've said to heart. They're making the improvements that I suggested. I'm glad they're getting on with their lives. Am,
I've got my approach vector.
am.
No good. I can't maneuver. Decrease to full throttle. Attack formation.
Alright, we don't need the shield bashing on any of that anymore.
Ready.
Those B-Wings are just dead, so we can go to the...
Maldrude reporting.
the rest of the NR fighters around there that are going to be a problem. And you can go for the station now.
Keep your eyes open.
This has not been a good stream for the New Republic. I don't think they've lost more than one planet. They're going to lose another here on Slaheron, but...
We're growing their fire. Encountering resistance.
They've mostly just lost a lot of ships. Wow. Clam needs to get banned. More like Poo Republic, that's just rude. They're going through a tough time, and you're here just calling them Poo? Like, come on. Let's show some decorum. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Alright, since there's no Zinj campaign next week, well, I guess I'm going to be doing Galactic Battleground stuff and maybe Stellaris stuff, so probably don't want to overdo the episodes. I was thinking we'd do like 3 or 4, but if we're doing the Guide to Morrow, some GB and some Stellaris. I hope I can do the Guide to Morrow. I'd be able to use footage from the playthrough if I didn't keep my face on it all the time. There's a reason the Beginner's Guide to TR video and the release video shared a lot of the same clips. Getting the footage for those is always the biggest job. So when I have stuff that matches for both, like, it's a busy week. What do you want from me? Oh no, we lost Dowager Queen. Before we go on to the north, we're going to get over there. We'll have to wait until we're done production on that before we attack. Or before we build anything. But how is Q-Trick?
Complete.
Actually mostly ground stuff in space there. And a full ground planet, that's part of why. And a ground-to-space weapon, but that's not terrible. How many planets do they have? Ord Tracy, Yega Minor, Jameis, Q-Trick. So, a good amount of capital shipyards. Like, the Imperial factions, other than the last one, we're gonna kill in their entirety, because they'll get integrated and the last few planets will be a little bit easier, but... I should check the saves again. Yeah. And then we will invade Slaheron. Because then we can just build up Slaheron. We can attack the CSA, and then we can go into the PA. We're going to take this whole northern section, have Slaheron be our kind of border planet, now that we don't have to worry about the Greater Maldrude or anyone else coming from this direction. And we'll go from the north into the core, and then we'll go from the core down to the last remaining opposition we have in the New Republic and the area. Like, last remaining opposition we will have at that point. Because right now, the Empire and the PA are still opposition. The CSA is kind of opposition, but not like opposition in a way that I'm super worried about. More opposition in that they're kind of rude if they see me at the store. Like, okay, you're not getting anything done, but you're still hurting my feelings a little bit. You don't just want to join my forces here. I'm very nice to all my planets, except for when they have resource shortages. When that happens, it's not my fault.
Right away.
Choose your reinforcements.
Course plotted.
Yes.
Okay, field bases are gonna be handy.
What is it, Commander? What is your order? Moving. Where is the next
And we'll
target?
probably want build pads as well.
What do you
Like, we have a lot of money that we're not going to be spending on the galactic level because I don't want to spend it when we're down.
Turret constructing.
I copy. Yes, sir.
You can deploy there and probably still support us on the way into the cities. Get a gunship. Let's get anti-infantry,
Instructions.
Roger that.
and let's get you deployed.
I am waiting.
Construction complete.
I don't think you really need to move. I think you were moving because you felt pressured.
What do you wish?
Construction complete.
It is about time.
Spotted.
I got it.
Kill those militia as well. And you kill the field base.
On my way.
Let's get a heavy vehicle.
What is it, Commander?
You come up. Turn back and right there. Yeah, I don't think we want to be up on the hill right now. I think we want to cede the high ground. I know that sounds blasphemous in Star Wars, but I don't want to run into them like I'm just doing right there. He's Skyle? Or Skyle? You gotta try to stay back far enough to not have the incline cause a problem. Worst Star Wars movie and why? The animated Clone Wars movie? Oh no, my artillery. Because it made people want to, want us to have ATTEs walk up a cliff. And that's not something EAW can do very well. I don't know, probably Attack of the Clones is the one that I'm least interested in watching at any given point. Alright, now we can actually take this.
We'll assist you.
Best Star Wars movie for me is
Knowledge.
either Empire Strikes Back or Rogue One, depending on
Of course.
the day. Though I guess Rogue One technically doesn't count as like the Skywalker saga, so
Moving out.
Empire Strikes Back wins under those criteria. Right. We need to loop around with the anti-infantry on that.
Yes,
Okay, I want the landing zone. Please don't kill me.
Landing zone.
let's go.
Awaiting your command.
Oh shit. A lot of people just end up like expecting me to hate the new canon stuff for some reason. I guess because I make a Legends mod, and because we just like explicitly separate. Like we don't include, we don't just like throw in canon content from it. But that's just because like it's already its own self-contained universe. If we were making a canon mod, we wouldn't include the Legends stuff unless we really needed to. There's even some canon stuff that we'll throw in if there's like no alternative, we need to fill a hole, and it makes more sense than making something else up ourselves. Like, we're kind of going to be doing that with, like, Chiss character names. That's partially because, like, Timothy's on naming Chiss stuff. This is going to make more sense than us naming Chiss stuff. Like, Zan is going to write the same book regardless of what universe he's writing it in. He didn't want to work with anyone for any of his prior stuff. Why would he care now? But ooh, bombard you. I don't know if you can hear the loud vibrating.
My next objective.
Hopefully not. That's something going on outside? Some sort of construction, maybe? The Fantasy Flight stuff is in a weird middle zone where, like, a lot of it counts as either Legends and / or canon. So there's a lot from that are in the mods as well. It's one of the main ways that stuff gets transferred between both.
Do you have a plan?
Alright, there we go. We have killed them. Killed them all. Well, we didn't kill them all. They're gonna die on the way out. A few more losses than I was really expecting on that, but it wasn't horrible.
Right away.
Reporting.
Where else do we want to spy? Like, I really should take Mandalore at some point.
Construction
But
complete.
can we win at Eddie? That's always the question. I think we need Bitems to win at Eddie. Still need more Bitems. It's going to be a thing that we still need, is Bitems. What's the pop cap on this fleet? It's actually pretty high. So we're gonna get more units here. Dowager Queen can come back. Beatrice is cute. Jasmine,
Unit
Blitz
in
Cruiser, Jolly Ranger. Jolly Ranger, Jolly Roger. Did I? Okay, Jolly Roger. I was thinking while I said it that sounded weird, but
production.
fucking magnificent.
Unit.
It's
Unit in
fine.
production.
You have like 4 shipyards in the area, so
Unit
Bane of
in
Mon
production.
Cal, Steiner's Last Stand, Hugo de Rune,
Production.
Nebulon B frigate here.
and Nabarike Vertide Gun System.
Vehicle in
Nebulon B
production.
frigate here. Right away.
Thank you, Rocking Lemon, for the $10 donation, saying, looking forward to starting my first 3.2 campaign later this evening. Thanks to you and the whole team for all the work that went into it. Thank you for the donation. Hope you enjoy it.
Construction complete.
It's an okay mod. Soldiers,
Vehicle in production.
Malice of Forethought, Beta Male, and then that's all of them built.
Unit
Get a
in
Mist
production.
and Terraphon after that. Actually, no, we won't.
Unit cancelled.
We'll get economic stuff. Eros, you get a tax agency and a mine.
Building started. Building started.
You get
Building under
a
construction.
tax agency. Thanos, you can have a tax agency later, apparently. You know what? I'm gonna cancel
Unit
something so I can get the tax agency on Thanos.
Beginning construction.
And I'll send you down there because you're going to be building up
Nebulon B
structures.
frigate here.
We want the items for days.
Nebulon B
The Republic conquered Chardon as well. Okay, how are we looking on all this? CSA's 4 and 4, 30 and 25 for the New Republic. Empire is 16 planets, 20%. We are up to 12% from 11. Indies have 9 planets, 21. Pentastar 12 and 11. Neutrals 3 and 0. 5 and 8. Ariadu. Where was the PA? 12 and 11, right? I did already read that. How's the ground situation on these two? I was expecting pretty stacked stuff. They have, I think, 1 open slot. Yeah. The icons for the CSA government structures just weren't in this one for some reason. The full 306 stack.
Nebulon B frigate
You
here.
only need 2 of you. Definitely need both of those.
Nebulon B frigate here.
Probably gonna
Nebulon
put
B
both of
frigate
the, like, all this stuff in with, Chelik? Yeah, Chelik's fleet.
Enemy unit sighted.
Choose your
I
reinforcements.
think we're gonna try to come over here. So put the fleet tender on that. Merida, Shield Popper, Alpha, Taurus. We have a Neutron. We'll have Dragon Wagon.
Reinforcements en route.
Some
Reinforcements
Gray.
en route.
Victus for some hull damage. Shield of the Consortium for some shield damage. Streetcar named Marge reference. Nor.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Pick up
Reinforcements en route.
Hapes
Reinforcements
class
cancelled. Reinforcements en route.
in Ginsburg.
Reinforcements en route.
Like, if we can get through that quickly, the Lucre Hulk, if we can keep a bunch of anti-missile stuff at the front. Fire the Quarry. And another tender Pocahontas. Okay, don't go any further up. And we'll also want Introvert's Hope. Thrawn's Revenge Paths 2.4, right place, wrong time. Mag Stray, these are going to be our Corvette hunters. They're going to have a lot of, like, marauders and stuff.
Reinforcements cancelled.
We need more for some anti-shield, or some anti-hull. This is already going to go much better than... Alright, this is actually a good time for powered weapons. Well, stuff isn't out here.
The enemy has got locked. Enemy sighted.
The betas aren't going to be able to do much until there's stuff with shields around again. They have their light weapons, but they don't have much hull damage beyond that. Or they don't have any hull damage beyond that. Like, I don't want them going in range to use those lights.
I'm losing power.
It's not worth their anti-shield power later.
Copy.
Let's try to keep our fighters around here.
Copy.
The point defense coming in for the Invincibles. And keep the Bitems back far enough.
I've been hit.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Just stay where you are. And you come around this way. Not having the pathing stuff on the Havens for this build was not helpful for this. I'll only complain about it a little bit more, but... Okay, just finish off that recusant. Guys have got to stay back here. And that's actually a good chance to hit those. Alright. You go on the missiles, or on the invincibles, which aren't themselves missiles. They do put out a lot of missiles, but they aren't technically missiles. And where's the pulsar? You are going on the invincible as well. But also, Lemon's donation there is going towards the Lego build stream donation goal, which we are I think we're actually pretty close to it. And I think I still owe a single stream Galactic Conquest, which I'll be doing probably the first week of May. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. No, I'm pretty sure that's true. I think I still owe one. I must. But since the longest standing unfulfilled donation goal was the meme template stuff with the green screen, and I think the ship kind of sailed on the X-Crew memes there, like I can never get it working in time. I still need to set up like better lighting setup to do it. What I'm probably going to do is make up for that with like an extra single stream Galactic Conquest, so that it at least turned into something. Like, I'm still going to hopefully get the green screen working for some production stuff, but I don't think anyone cares about me doing stupid stuff in front of it for memes for X2 anymore. And I have worse ideas than Charlie for that anyways. So I think people will probably be happier with just an extra single stream conquest or something. You know what? I want you out of here. Let's go somewhere safe. Rate of turn on that is not ideal. Items, just get the bombers. I don't think they actually have much missile load left.
Keep your eyes open.
Alright, you come up here. That recusant needs to die. It's kind of just sitting there putting out a lot of damage close up, including against one of our heroes. Hey Brent, we are doing well so far. Caustic usable enough? I actually don't remember if it stayed on the ship or in the ship market. I think it did. And I think it's in some revolt spawns, but I could be wrong on that. It might have been removed until we actually get some usage out of it. Because I think there was a discussion on whether it was worth putting it in there now or letting people like experience it properly for the first time in actual HUD stuff, especially when Inertial is not thrilled with the texture. And like I know it's been used by some mods for a lot of stuff, but as far as its like official usage, so I honestly don't remember. Alright, hopefully we can just tear through the rest of these fighters. Sorry.
That's it. Scratch one. Swinging around.
I can't hold out. Ready for orders. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. Target
Okay, so it's not on the market. Good.
attack formation. Reporting in. Laser linked and ready.
Get him off me. Swinging around.
Attack formation. I can't shake him. Attack formation.
I'm also not 100% sure how close to final its stats are in the coded version. Whether it got its proper passes on everything, or whether it was more work in progress there. So, like, I used it in the community challenge. That was also before a lot of other changes happened. I kind of want to start planning another community challenge soon. From the ground up is fun.
Try not to let one on your tail.
I've got my approach.
I just don't know what the theme's going to be.
Encountering resistance. I'm in bad shape.
I'm in range.
Someone's on my tail.
I don't think doing Revan's Revenge one, like the first Revan's Revenge playthrough, is a community challenge with like a mix of random crap. Probably not the best way to show off the mod.
Copy. Decrease to full throttle. Over there. I've got a fix.
Swinging around.
Decrease to full throttle.
Alright. We need to get up to that Golan.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
I think that's their fighters gone. Okay, you can get back a little bit.
We're drawing their fire.
Things coming in now.
Keep your eyes open.
What do they have for the rest of their garrisons? Just that recusant.
Target's coming in fast.
So you three go for the recusant.
We're drawing their fire.
No good. I can't maneuver.
The rest of you go on the station, except for the Bidums, which need to select separately. Go for fighters.
We're drawing their fire. Keep your eyes open. Holding for maximum firepower. Targeting at maximum firepower. Holding for maximum firepower.
Alright. That Golan is mostly done. We can start moving some of these over to the shipyard. The rest of them probably should stay on the Golan is the bigger threat.
Let's do some damage. I'm hit. Try not to let one on your tail.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
I'll try and draw their fire. Try not to let one on your tail. Reporting. Yes, sir. Attack.
Alright. So, I think in this episode we're still gonna go and invade Bonnerton. Like, we'll take Bonnerton space, and then we'll do Bonnerton and Eddy Ground next episode. Like, we'll finish off our CSA campaigns there, and we'll move over for the PA, and hopefully do, like, the entire PA in the next stream. Oh, there's still a bunch of...
Keep your eyes open.
Okay, you guys can go and kill Nebulon Bees back there, I guess.
I need help here.
Decrease to full throttle.
Trying to think if there's any factions that I didn't do a playthrough in point 2 that I'm really waiting on something specific for point 3 to do a playthrough in. Like, even if it's one of the shorter ones. Like, ultimately we can't start another TR preview playthrough for a while, so it doesn't matter if this one goes especially long.
Yes, Commander. Fire. Loosen up.
Hello, Rampart.
Encountering
We gotta kill these Nebulon bees that snuck by us. Let me go kill them. The Alonji over there. Where's the other Cheruba? Let's get the Terraphon.
3-2, full throttle. Stay in attack formation.
That's it. Scratch one.
I think a community challenge where I can only use Corvettes would not go well. Like, you can definitely win by only using Corvettes. But if I've got to get a submission for each unit, I would need a lot more Corvettes than I'm likely to get submissions. That would be a tough one. Maybe if it was like 20 planets I could do it. But I feel like a regular size one, probably not. That would be a bit of an ask. 4 Bidens and Shield of the Consortium were lost. So we're gonna go for that last space invasion. Yes, this is Thrawn's Revenge. A slightly earlier version than the one that came out a couple days ago. Frigates would be doable. Like, with Corvettes, it's just the number of units that I would need probably exceeds the number of entries I would get for a community challenge. So for anyone who hasn't seen the community challenges, it's like with the patron units, but I'm only able to use the patron units, and if they die, then there's gone. So there's a limited number of units I have to complete the whole campaign. We've done like 4 or 5 of them. Our last one was like a mix of minor faction stuff. So Havens before they were playable, Mandalorians. I wanted to have the Seruvi in it, but their stuff was still a little too messy. Alright, so we're going to take out Bonnet in space, and then we're going to invade Eddie and Bonnerton next time.
Look, sir, it's them.
Eddie, Bonnerton, and Q-Trick are kind of our main targets for that right now. The Soldier's fleet is still holding on the other side, which is nice, but... Alright, Ginsburg. Anti-station stuff for them is going to be good. We probably do want anti-fighter for the garrison fighters. And I guess you guys for the Corvettes still.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
Okay, shooting past it, not great. Kind of sad that we're not going to be able to fight the Valor. That's the level 4. I think it'd be a while before we could reasonably do unknown regions versus known galaxy, because like for the stuff that's done right now, that's the Empire of the Hand mostly, and then like 3 other Chiss ships, and the Empire of the Hand was a big chunk of our stuff in the minor factions one. If we had a mix of like the Ricotta stuff, the rest of the Chiss stuff, Seruvi, Killix, if that was more done, then that would be an option, but thank you, Rampart, for the 40 bits. Appreciate it. Very epic. I need to stop saying epic. Dana's right. It's a problem. It's ironic, but it's not ironic, because now I'm just a guy who says epic. After a while, you stop. You just become the person who does the thing you're doing ironically. It needs to... I'm not allowed to say it anymore. gonna get canceled on Twitter if I do. That's my self-imposed penalty for it. And I was really hoping this this datapad video would do better. That is very not epic.
I've got it lined up. There's one on me. Try not to let one on your tail. There's one on me. Got one. Look out!
I mean, a unit class
Standing by. Attacking target.
community challenge could be fun.
Look out!
Class specific one.
Ready for orders.
Though with the way that the carrier thrust ships were in the last one, it kind of turned into that.
Target's coming in fast. I've got a fix.
Keep your eyes open.
I can't shake him. Need to break off. Ready for command.
They're coming around.
Fire at will. It's no good. I can't maneuver. I'm losing power. Attacking. Look out! I'm in bad shape. Calling for
All right,
danger.
that is mostly done.
Target's incoming.
It's only going to be this this Rikusen coming in as our last opposition from the shipyard.
I can't hold out.
Oh, it's a ship market, not a shipyard. That's why. I was wondering why it was the capital shipyard on Bonnerton.
Mark 6.1.
Probably not the best place for them to have it. I wonder if that was from starting forces or if they built that.
Keep your eyes open.
Hold on. Waiting order. Copy. Scanner contact behind me. It's no good. I can't maneuver.
They should ideally be told to build it on places
Formation.
that aren't level 3 or 4 shipyards.
Six.
I'll have to check the plans for it.
6.1. I've got a problem. Ah!
Got one.
Stay in attack formation.
Like, you probably don't want to build it on your best planet
Enemy unit.
or your best regular shipyard because it can
Scratch one.
supersede any other shipyard slot.
Loosen up.
Keep your eyes open. That's it. Scratch one.
Try not to let one on your tail. Look out! Flash switch. Stabilizer's broken. On my tail.
Keep your eyes open.
Degree 2.
Okay. So wait, was the last one a ship market as well then?
Command. On my tail.
I have to go and check. It didn't register with me that it might be because it was a capital shipyard model on a capital shipyard planet. Ideally, I'd like to have a different model for the ship market as well, but
Got my approach vector. That's got him.
Crossfire. I can't shake him.
usually those kind of things aren't super high priority.
Flash switch. Stabilizer's broken.
Community challenge with only 0.3 units. I think I need at least one whole unit. If I was just trying to use a third of a unit, then like not many people could request anything, and it wouldn't have enough stats to carry me through the Galactic Conquest. It'd probably have to be like really particular use of an SSD, but even then I wouldn't be able to do anything on ground. So I don't know if that one's gonna work. Alright, if we're going for the shipyard planets, we probably aren't going to go for more CSA planets. So Saphalor and Ession will likely just get to live. I do want to spy on them a bit, because I want to see what they've got there. We'll have to build up Eddie and Bonnerton to not die to stuff. But we might end up taking them anyways. So we'll see what ends up being necessary. But that is going to do it for today's stream. It's a very long episode as well for YouTube. So thank you all for watching. Hope you are enjoying the playthrough as well as the more updated Hapens in 3.2 itself. Hope to see you next time. We'll be back on Friday with more of this, but also Monday with the finale of the Zinj playthrough. So There will be a Republic Choose Your Ships thing coming in probably the next week. I guess it does make sense to wait until May for it. So, bye everyone.